Hello children. So once again I am back with a new video for you all, and in this video we are going to discuss about one more conventional sources of energy, that is petroleum. Right? Now first of all, when we talk about petroleum, uh, you should know about the meaning of it. Okay? Petroleum means, actually it has come from the two words. Right, it has been derived from the two words, that is petra, which means rock, and oleum means oil. Right, so petroleum means, in total, that means rock oil, or the other way we can say the oil which is extracted from the rocks. Now it is a complex mixture of hydrocarbon compounds, and there is not even tiniest part of crude petroleum or the crude oil what we get from inside the earth which goes waste, or which remains unused, and that is why petroleum is called as liquid gold. Right, liquid petroleum is called actually the crude oil what we get in the raw form from inside the earth, that is called crude oil. And the gas which is present there, or the other way we can say the petroleum gas, is called as natural gas. And the semi-solid to solid forms of petroleum are known as asphalt, tar, pitch and bitumen, etc. Many such things are there. Right, now when petroleum we are talking of, petroleum is actually found in the underground reservoirs in sedimentary rock formations. Okay, sedimentary rock formations of sandstone, shale, limestone and all. And in some wells crude oil is found, even along with the natural gas, that we all know it, but along with that water is also there. So that is how the petroleum is found from inside the earth. Now next thing what we have to discuss here is the products what we get during the refining process of petroleum or the crude oil. Now the most important products what we get during the refining process are petrol, diesel, kerosene, tar, LPG means liquefied petroleum gas, lubricants and paraffin wax. Okay, so these are all some of the products which we get at different stages of the refining of crude oil. Clear? Now this petroleum is actually, it is a compound of hydrogen and carbon. Okay, hydrogen and carbon, but along with that small quantities of oxygen, nitrogen, sulfur and a few organometallic substances are also found in that. Right, so keeping all this in mind, we can say it is actually this is a mineral. Okay, mineral resource, and the main advantages of using petroleum are basically the calorific value of petroleum is quite high as compared to coal. If you say, the calorific value of petroleum is high. Moreover, petroleum has a high density. Okay, then it is in liquid form, so it can easily be transported from one place to the other through the pipelines or through the tankers and all. Clear? So that is why it is said that it can easily be carried from one place to the other. And next is, it is very important source of energy. Right, one of the most important sources of energy is petroleum. Now as a fuel also it is used in different industries, in the vehicles and all. Now its derivatives actually include ethane, diesel, gasoline, right, jet fuel, kerosene, LPG, etc. Now it plays a very important role in transportation. Right, transportation sector. Now transport sector basically has got land, sea or airways. Right, so land transport is basically covered with the vehicles, right, various type of vehicles. Now these vehicles are using some or the other type of these fossil fuels. Maximum number of vehicles or the ships or even the planes, right? So throughout, you can say, in transportation sector, right, transport sector, the petroleum plays a very important role. Now, another important advantage of petroleum is that it is providing raw materials for the petrochemical industries, right? Now, these petrochemical industries actually produce the synthetic rubber, synthetic fiber, polystyrene, then PVC, phenol, then gasoline, carbon black, etc. One more thing is there, children, that petroleum is used for power generation. Okay, so in various industries or in thermal power stations also, in various big, you can say, institutions, right, production units, petroleum is used as a source of energy. Now, the disadvantages, right? What are the basic disadvantages of petroleum? When we talk about the disadvantages, we must consider the first most important disadvantage of it is that it is non-renewable source. Okay, because if you remember, being a mineral, it is non-renewable, it is limited in quantity. Okay, so its availability is very limited with us, right? Extracting and burning petroleum generate greenhouse gases. Number of greenhouse gases are released. So on one side, it is causing pollution, environmental pollution. Along with that, the other side, it is also responsible for the global warming, right? Next is its cost is also very high, right? Most of the time you'll find the petroleum, whatever products we are getting, their cost is quite high, right, as a fuel, because of its limited supply and more demand. Okay, high demand is there and very limited supply is there, so naturally the cost is rising higher. Next is it is highly inflammable, and there may happen that fire can take place when it is not properly stored, right? So we have to be very careful when we store the petroleum or the crude oil. Then next is during extraction from the sea or transportation from one place to the other. Mostly what we do, it is transported by the tankers, okay, by the ships, right, or by the pipelines. So whenever we transport this, the petroleum, it actually many times it happens that because of some damage to the tanker, the oil gets spilled in over the water of ocean or sea. So that causes a lot of pollution there, right? It may cause pollution otherwise also. Suppose it is being carried by the pipelines, it may cause pollution in the surrounding area, okay, and death of a number of animals, plants, and other living beings. Now comes the oil refineries. Now regarding the oil refineries, crude oil is basically refined and processed in refineries to produce the light distillates like gasoline and LPG, etc. And in India, there are 17 in public sector, okay, 2 in private sector, and 2 in the joint sector. Total number of refineries 17 in public sector, 2 in private, and 2 in joint sector. These are present. And out of those, the first refinery, the private sector refinery was actually Reliance Petroleum Limited, which is at Jamnagar in Gujarat. Now, distribution of oil fields in India. When we talk about the distribution, in which areas the petroleum reserves are there in India, there are 3 main regions for that. Okay, the entire oil production of India is actually coming from the 3 regions. Number 1 is Assam Arakan belt, clear? Next is Gujarat Cambay belt near the Gulf of Khambat or the Gulf of Cambay, that entire region of Gujarat. And the next one is Mumbai High offshore belt or offshore zone. Now, talking about all these, suppose Mumbai High, the first one, most important one. Okay, so in Maharashtra, if we go to Mumbai, and from Mumbai we see that towards the Arabian Sea, almost 176 kilometers from Mumbai, okay, towards the sea, a huge oil deposit is there, okay, under the sea. And this was, first of all, it was found in 1974, and it is the most productive oil field and has a reserve of almost 5 crore tons of oil within it. Clear? And it is, why it has got the name Mumbai High. It is because the height of the syncline of the rock structure in which the oil has been struck, this height is much more than the normal synclines where we find the oil reserves all over the world. Okay, so because of the height of syncline, when the folds, suppose the folding process happens, right? Folding process is actually we can find in the sedimentary rocks, and when the folding occurs, the wave-like formations develop in the rocks. Clear? Now, when the higher part, or you can say the upfolds are there, these upfolds are called as anticlines, and the downfolds are called as synclines. Okay, so these actually, the upfolds and downfolds are again working here also. Here we are talking of the synclines, right? So always the petroleum reserves are seen in the lower parts of the folds, that is the downfolds, which is also called as syncline. So the height, actually the normal height of the syncline in which we have found this oil, okay, oil reserve near Mumbai, this is comparatively much higher than the normal synclines all over the world, out of which we get the petrol, okay, petroleum. Clear? And then oil is, taken out from a depth of almost 1400 meters at that point, with the help of a platform. One platform has been constructed there, and this platform, from where it is extracted, that platform is called as Sagar Samrat. Now, oil fields of eastern region, suppose this was about the Mumbai High. What about the oil fields of eastern region? India's oldest and important oil bearing area in the eastern part of the Himalayas is Assam, right? And there also Digboi is one of the most important oil fields, which is situated in Lakhimpur district of Upper Assam, right? It is the biggest onshore oil field in India. Onshore means the oil field which is present on land. Clear? Offshore means the oil field which is present away from the land, that means under the ocean or sea. So this is actually biggest onshore oil field, at least in India. Now next is the oil fields of Western India. In Western India, in Gujarat especially, the Cambay Basin, Cambay or Khambat Basin we can say, that is the site of the main oil bearing region in that part. The other oil fields of importance in that area are Kalol, Koeli, Kosamba, Kathana, Ankleshwar and Navgaon. These are a few other important regions, right? Important parts of important places where we can find the oil fields are present. Okay, within that range, Gujarat and Cambay Basin. Clear? So I hope this much is very much clear to all of you. Okay, so before I leave, I must remind you once again, children, as I do always, that please do share the link of this video with your friends and classmates, and also subscribe the channel. And when you subscribe the channel, do press the bell icon so that you will get further notifications regarding the videos which are uploaded on the channel. Clear? So once again, we are going to meet in the next video with the other part of the conventional sources. Till then, bye.